I don't know why people like watching other people on TV. I don't know why people on TV want to watch people do radio shows, but that's what we do here. We've got IQ, Al Rooslie, my good, close, personal, longtime friend, and he is with us today, as he is each and every Wednesday. We have Dr. Jack Caravelli on in the previous hours, and then we get IQ's analysis as we wrap up the broadcast for the day. And we were talking with Dr. Jack earlier about the World War II veterans. They've stormed the D.C. Memorial and part of the honor flights. IQ, what do you make of this? This kind of goes into the government shutdown.
Well, I find it disgusting and sickening that the United States of America is literally shredding itself to pieces. Obama has caused more harm to America than any other president that I can think of, and I've studied most of them. He did not bring Americans together. He actually broke them apart.
Yep.
Racially, economically, politically, theologically, you name it, he's done it. I find it really, my heart breaks, honestly. My heart breaks to see America the way it's going now, under Obama. Even the Russians now are superior to America. Even Putin is superior to anything in America.
It's crazy that we've gotten to that point, my friend.
Yes, but you chose it, not you personally. You, American people.
That's right. Put it all on me, IQ. Yes.
No,
I used to say, when in doubt, blame Crash Davis. But I know what you're saying.
Look, had they elected him only once, it's forgivable. It's a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
But to be elected twice, it's not a mistake. It's utter stupidity and insanity.
Yes. That seems to be the case.
By the way, we were supposed to talk about Mein Kampf and Quran today.
Yes, I am going to do that in our next segment because I have been waiting for that all week, but I wanted to get the news of the day out of the way with you in this very first segment.
No problem.
We've got IQ Al Rooslie with us today, and IQ joins us each and every week, and I wanted to get his thoughts on the issues of the day, and that seems to be this government shutdown. The latest on the front of the Drudge Report is, why would we want to help one kid with cancer? Apparently, apparently Harry Reid is just going bonkos here. Among the government shutdown, there's new word that the Democrats are going to be unveiling a sweeping amnesty bill. What do you make of this, sir?
You are self-destructive. This government, this administration of yours, is literally destroying America as we speak. America is listening to me would think to themselves, who the hell does he think he is? That he knows better than our president.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you I do know more and better than your president. And it's not because I say so. It is because it is so. He has destroyed you economically. He is the one who, before became president, he said he would cut the deficit, which was at the time $10 trillion, by 50%. Well, now you have 70% more and counting. He said he will bring you together as one people. You are more divided now than ever before in your history. So, do I know what I'm talking about? The answer is yes, yes.
Yeah,
and
you
it breaks
do.
my heart. It breaks my heart. And you're not waking up, you Americans. You really are not waking up. You know, it's amazing. A third-rate or fourth-rate country called Egypt, they elected a government which turned out to be a pathological type of people who are running it. So what did they do? They demonstrated and ousted them. They actually demonstrated and ousted them. That is what I call a revolution. It was not a coup d'etat that Obama is thinking about it, whether it is or it isn't. It was not a coup d'etat. This was a revolution, and the army, which is part and parcel of the people, and to defend the people. So it's not a coup d'etat. It's not a military takeover. And by the way, the same thing as I speak to you now is happening in Tunisia. They have an Islamist government, and the Tunisian people told them, get out. And luckily, this government in Tunisia is not trying to do what Morsi did in Egypt. They are actually resigning. So, what do we have? We have a dysfunctional government called the United States of America today, under Obama. Dysfunctional. And I'm not talking about only the Democrats. You have a disgusting array of Republicans. Do I make myself clear?
Oh, very much so. You are.
Do you agree with me?
Right on the money, my friend. That seems.
I mean, who is Harry Reid? When I listen to these people, Pelosi, Harry Reid, Joe Biden, honestly, I would put a gun to my head and blow. But in reality, what I want to do is put a gun to their head and blow them up.
Yes. IQ, what do you think? I know we had Maria Sanchez on from the Maria Sanchez show in the last hour, and she was talking about the fact that she thinks what's going to happen is that the debt ceiling talks are looming, and that the government shutdown will just go further into the debt ceiling talks. What do you think is going to happen with the debt ceiling and it's because those are coming up very, very quickly here in October.
Both sides are playing chicken. I don't know if you see some of the movies in the 50s and 60s with young men go against each other by cars.
Yes.
And of course, if both of them don't swerve, both of them die.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening today in America. Obama is challenging Congress. And Congress is challenging Obama. I know you've got the Democrats and Republicans, all that garbage, but in reality, you have a dysfunctional leadership.
Yes.
You have no leadership, in fact. Obama have absconded all leadership. Nobody trusts him in the Muslim world. Nobody trusts him in the Arab world. Nobody trusts him in Europe. Nobody trusts him in China or America or, in Russia or Israel. Nobody.
Yeah.
And he said, I didn't draw the red line. He knew he was lying. He did draw the red line. He repeatedly, people saw it in public, the world saw it in public, and then he lied. I'm sorry. I'm going on and on and on.
No.
You Americans, you should know that the preamble to your Constitution doesn't say I, Obama, or I, Congress. It says we, the people.
Exactly.
So get up off your arse and do something. Don't watch television. Every single station, maybe except Fox, I'm partial to Fox, are telling you more. Fox tells you more truth than anybody else. Believe it or not, Fox tells you more truth, more facts than any of the other stations. All the others, I watched them. My God, they lie. Can you imagine calling the terror act in Kenya, they call them extremists?
Yes.
Extremists? Why do you call them extremists? These are terrorists.
Terrorist is a bad word anymore. That's the thing I don't understand.
Well, that's because of Obama again. It is because of Obama again. He forbade the association of Islam with terror. When every act, 99.999% of all acts of terror against innocent infidels are committed by Muslims. I can't mince my words. I'm not interested. I'm not an American citizen, so I don't have to worry about whether they call me Islamophobic or not. And those people who call me Islamophobic, they don't know how to spell the word. And more important than anything else, they don't even know what Islamophobia means. Phobia, if you study it, read it in the dictionary, phobia is irrational fear, not just fear. It is irrational fear. Hence, Fearing Islam is totally rational, while not fearing Islam would be totally irrational. I hope you got it.
Oh, definitely. And we're going to be taking a quick time out here with IQ. When we come back, I want to get into a little bit of what we were talking about last week with the Middle Eastern terrorists and the Nazis and all that. And I'm very interested in talking with IQ about this topic. So we are going to take a quick time out here. When we come back, we will have more. If you want to get more information on what IQ is talking about, he is Googleable. Look up IQ Al-Rooslie on Google or Start Page or whatever search engine you prefer. And we've got more when we get back here on the world famous Jiggy Jaguar Show.
New titles are now available on eprintedbooks.com. Explore a new bookstore with exclusives you won't find anywhere else. eprintedbooks.com offers a variety of genres, including children's books from New York TV show host Alicia Stern, young adult books, including The Scared Crow by author Steve Caresser, even adult books by a variety of authors. Browse a selection of titles you can't find anywhere else today at your new online bookstore, eprintedbooks.com.
Do you know a student athlete hoping to earn a scholarship? Peak Prospect is the only complete online collegiate recruiting system that helps you manage the entire recruiting process. Take control of the recruiting process now. Peak Prospect offers step-by-step guidance with direct access to over 28,000 NCAA and NAIA coaches for over 30 men's and women's sports. Connect directly today by signing up for your free 21-day trial at www.peakprospect.com.
Everyone loves their smartphone but hates to pay the bill. Be smart. Turn those smartphone bills into smartphone paychecks while you and customers alike earn free service. The perfect home business. Learn more at mycellphonepaychecks.com. That's www.mycellphonepaychecks.com. Find them online. They are amazing. It's an amazing service. Smartphones are taking over the world. People love their phones, but they absolutely hate their bills. Be smart. Check out mycellphonepaychecks.com. That's mycellphonepaychecks.com.
It's a Minute Report for America. The United States Treasury reports that it collected $2,472,542,000,000 during the past 11 months, a record amount. That's over $280 billion more than it did the same time last year. Despite all that, Washington still ran a deficit of $755 billion because they spent $3.228 trillion. That tells you everything you need to know about Washington. No matter how much the federal government collects, no matter how high your taxes go up, it will never be enough. It will spend every cent it collects and as much more it can get away with. In fact, President Obama is again seeking to increase the national debt limit so even more dollars can be spent. Despite all that taxing and spending, no one can honestly say that this nation or its people are in better condition than we were, say, 2 decades ago. Our economy is a shambles. Unemployment is rampant. Armed forces are a shadow of what they were in 1990. Our schools aren't producing better grades. Our infrastructure of roads, bridges, and so on is crumbling. And even our space program is in mothballs. Unfortunately, the situation is getting worse, not better. The Census Bureau has reported that poverty in the U.S. is increasing, even as Washington spends more on welfare programs. I'm Frank Vernuccio. Read more at usagovpolicy.com.
Jiggy Jaguar, the 2008 Community Access Television Rookie of the Year, and the Jiggy Jaguar Radio Show on the network and JiggyJaguar.com.
Welcome back to the program. IQ Al-Rooslie joins us. He joins us each and every week. We try to talk to him for about 30 minutes each and every week because he's got some of the best insight and some of the best analysis on the day's events, from domestic to international He's all over the place, and we love IQ, but I wanted to get him on today. We started this discussion last week about Hitler and the Muslim extremists, terrorists, whatever buzzword you want to refer to them as. And I compared them, as well as Michael Savage compares them, to Hitler and a headscarf. And this week, we want to pick up that discussion with IQ and talk about the Quran and Mein Kampf and all that. IQ, kind of pick it up where we left off last week. You were getting ready to discuss with us before we ran out of time about the Quran and everything.
While studying Hitler's Mein Kampf, I was fascinated and struck by the similarities of thought, concepts, perverted ideas, racism, hate-mongering, and war-mongering expressions that fill its pages with Muhammad's Quran. So I started a process of comparing and contrasting both sides. People who have not read the Quran and Mein Kampf will find it extremely difficult to accept what I'm saying without proof of my statements based on source materials.
Okay.
Very understandable. Incredibly, the facts based upon the two books show remarkably and uncanny similarities, as I shall proceed to show all of you. Only miles and years distinguish Hitler from his mentor Muhammad. Their Führer's method for accomplishing his madness were identical to their prophet. Both aspired for world domination. Both were self-centered, narcissistic megalomaniacs. Both were charismatic, pathological liars. Now I shall quote from Mein Kampf by page number, and from Muhammad's Quran and Hadith by chapters and verse. Mein Kampf 676. Men must threaten and dominate men by compulsion. Compulsion is only broken by compulsion, and terror by terror. Ladies and gentlemen, the lever that coerces compulsion is terror. Hitler simply followed Muhammad's path. Bukhari Hadith 4.220. He says, Allah's apostle said, I have been made victorious with terror. That is Muhammad talking. Mein Kampf 677. Since we, the Nazis, view of life will never share power with another, we cannot cooperate with the existing doctrines we condemn. We are obliged to fight by all available means until the entire world of hostile ideas collapses. This is Mein Kampf. Listen to the Muslim. Bukhari Hadith 4.386. Our Prophet Muhammad, the Messenger of Allah, ordered us to fight you, unbelievers, till you worship Allah alone. Both men envisaged an eternal battle and total submission. Mein Kampf 677. This coercive fight for the new program and the new way of life demands determined fighters and a forceful fighting organization. The recipe for a favorable result requires the formulation of a declaration of war against all existing order and against all existing conceptions of life in general. Strong words. Just like Islam, it was the Nazis against the world. The house of Islam forever battling Dar al-Harb, the house of the infidels. Al-Tabari 9.69. He who believes in Allah and His Messenger Muhammad has protected his life and possessions from us. As for those who disbelieve, the kuffar, we shall fight them forever in the court of Allah. Killing them is a small matter to us. So far, are you with me?
Oh, very much so. I'm just sitting here enjoying this. Go ahead and please continue.
It is hard to distinguish which doctrine is more fixated on violence, Mein Kampf of the Nazis or the Quran of Muhammad. Mein Kampf 680. In order to lead a view of life to victory, We have to transform it into a fighting movement. Ibn Ishaq, 587, he says, our onslaught will not be a weak and faltering affair. We shall fight as long as we live. We shall fight until you, non-Muslims, turn to Islam, humbly seeking refuge. We shall fight not caring whom we meet. We shall fight whether we destroy ancient holdings or newly gotten gains. We shall cut off every opponent's nose and ears with the swords. We have driven them violently before us at the command of Allah and Islam. We shall fight until our religion, Islam, is established. And we shall plunder them, that is the unbelievers like you and I, for they must suffer disgrace. Like Muhammad, Hitler seduced men before he coerced them. He made promises but never delivered. Mein Kampf, 698. The Nazis must not become a bailiff of public opinion, but its ruler. It must not be the people's slave, but their master. Muhammad wasn't much of a listener either. Quran 47.21. Were they to obey, showing their obedience to Muhammad after the matter of preparation for jihad, that is, holy war, had been determined for them, it would have been better. That means obedience to Hitler should have been, without question, the same as obedience to Muhammad. If the definition of propaganda is artful deceit, Hitler and Muhammad were grand masters. Mein Kampf, 701. On behalf of our view of life, I will strike the weapon of reply from the enemy's hand personally by eloquent speech. And how might Hitler accomplish this? Mein Kampf, 702. Skillful propaganda. That's what he says. The best proof of this was furnished by the success of the propaganda. I had before me a surging crowd filled with the most sacred indignation and utter wrath. In this meeting, I became familiar with the pathos and the gestures which mesmerizing 1,000 people demands. He's talking about the way he expressed himself in public. Islam and Nazism share an unhealthy trait, the willingness to link sacred to wrath, and neither can be trusted, as they are willing to abrogate treaties which they did not like. Quran 9.3. And the declaration from Allah and His Messenger Muhammad to all mankind, Allah is free from all treaty obligations with non-Muslims, and so is His Messenger. You know, I can go on and on and on for hours. I hope it was something.
That is the one thing, IQ, that I love about you, is that you back up all of your you back up everything with research, well-researched topics and things of that nature. As we wrap up here with you on this subject, what should people take away from all of this? You know, is it pretty much just the fact that the Quran and Mein Kampf are one and the same, or?
All I want people to do is get off their backside, not watch television for an hour, and educate themselves. All they have to do, I don't want your money. I'm not asking for money. I don't want your donation. Just Google my name, Al-Rooslie, Alrassooli. Go to my website. Spend an hour and educate yourself. You will learn more in an hour about Islam in the first 10 audio videos. You will find them under chapters. It says chapters on my blog. You will know more in 1 hour what the media will tell you in 30 years. And it's not only for your sake. It is for the sake of your children and grandchildren. for their safety instead of going into the dark ages of Islam and the Sharia. So you see, I'm not selling anything to you guys. And I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, so I have no axe to grind either way. I'm an observer. I'm from Mars looking in. That's how you should look at it. I'm from Mars looking in. Try to prove me wrong. You know what? No human being can do that.
No.
Not because I say so. It is because it is so.
We've been talking to you for, I don't know, probably 3 years now off and on, and nobody has proven you wrong yet.
I hope. No, in fact, I know no human being can do that. For a simple reason. Not because